We here at Suggestive Gaming receive games through Keymailer from time to time. Recently, we accepted a key for kidbaby Starchild, which was given to us by the developer Exit Earth, so keep that in mind. Kidbaby Starchild is a 3D platformer that has a smooth platforming experience and a plethora of collectibles. Being a fan of other 3D platformers, I thought I would pick this up and see how it would compare. How did it compare? Well, stick around and find out. The introduction to Kidbaby Starchild is as quirky as the name itself. From what I gathered, an evil space leviathan has been roaming the galaxy and is now coming for this kidbaby. And with the help of the Warg King, this pharaoh-looking fella, the leviathan will have his kidbaby, unless this unlikely hero named Little Dude proves his strength and saves it. Kidbaby Starchild starts the player off in a level select overworld. Being used to the other 3D platformer hub worlds like Mario 64's Castle, I mistook the overworld for the first level of the game, causing me to believe I could freely move around, leading to a bit of confusion with starting the actual game. Once into the first level, the game offers a lively environment full of appealing level textures. The water physics are visually pleasing, along with the rest of the in-game textures for enemies and collectibles. Other than collectibles and enemies, levels offered frogs that seemed to just jump around, and larger characters that I had to feed fruit in order to progress through the level. Speaking of enemies, I found that throughout the playable game, most enemies don't produce much of a challenge. Anytime I was cornered by multiple enemies, I was able to simply spam the sword attack and proceed untouched. My main challenge with an enemy came from ones that would spew lava onto platforms, making me have to time my jumps properly. Making my way through the initial level, I did notice how fluid the movement felt. The location of my player felt natural to my surroundings. This left me seeking out shortcuts through levels, which often paid off. Even if I felt I was about to fall off the map, I had the proper reaction to save myself only after playing the game for about an hour or so. The game offered multiple ways to move throughout the level as well, whether it was climbing trees, riding platforms, or creating timed platform events. Another option provided was riding railings along a cliffside, however, it did often prove troublesome to grab onto that railing. As I progressed, the game eventually delivered instructions for new abilities to traverse the environment. However, the new ability information was delivered all at once in a long paragraph that seemed a bit confusing. Some sort of visual representation of the new skills would have been much preferred. Collecting items also created some confusion. I often didn't know what the items I was picking up were and for what purpose they actually served. There were multiple jewels, babies, cards, and some other collectibles I can't even really describe. One item I found would open up a side level if I were to throw it into water and jump into the whirlpool it created. Once in the side level, I was offered a challenge of some sort that often ended up with me obtaining another collectible, which I thought was a nice touch. At the end of each level I played, I was presented with a green alien that gave me another challenge where I could earn him as a collectible. Overall, Kidbaby Starchild offered some neat qualities: its music, its environment, solid movement control, and the small additional challenges. But it did fall short in other areas, like providing cohesive instruction, lacking meaningful collectibles, and an absence of any real challenge. And that's if you get past the quirkiness of the story itself. Note that the following score does not represent the overall quality of the game, but rather how much I recommend checking out the game based on my first impressions. With that being said, 2.5 out of 5.